to another installment of 5-Minute Tones. I hope you've all been fantastic. On today's video, by request, I want to show you how to dial in a Brian May inspired dual delay so you can create your own little guitar orchestras. Before we dial in the delay, I've got this Harley Benton Les Paul Jr. style guitar with a single P90 plugged straight into the FM9, and I'm going to go with the Class A 30-watt amp model. I've paired it up with this 1x12 Class A 15-watt York Audio impulse response. In the preamp tab, I've got the low cut at 80 Hertz, high cut at 8K, and I've got a little bit of London plate reverb. If you watch my 5-Minute Tone series regularly, the cab preamp and the London plate reverb are real staples for what I like to do. Let's just hear this as a starting point. Bright and crunchy, and you can hear when you really dig in with this P90 pickup on there, you do get some extent. So pretty bright and crunchy to start, but I think the trick for this kind of tone is to take the tone control all the way down on the guitar and then kick in the treble booster. I've got the drive and the level all the way up. This combo gives you this kind of singing lead tone. Which is pretty fun. Let's add a delay block after the amp and cab now. This is where the real magic happens. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. If you check the factory banks, there is a preset called Brian Might in it, which has a Brighton rock inspired scene in there. It uses the dual delay, but this is how I like to do it. I like to use the digital stereo delay. Let's set the mix to about 50% on here so that our repeats are the same volume as our dry signal. And let's set a time of, say, 1600 milliseconds, a really nice long delay in there. We're going to set the feedback to 0 because I just want a single repeat on this. I'm going to try and harmonize with myself, but I want 2 delays, one hard left, one hard right. So I'm just going to set the left-right time ratio here to 50%. And now I can play and I can have a whole lot of fun with this. If you so desire, you could set the main delay to be a rhythmic subdivision of the tap tempo, in which case, a whole note is a pretty good place to start. So if you're at 135 BPM, like I am now, the whole note value is 1778 milliseconds on there. So slightly longer. You could, of course, play around with these values and even use different rhythmic offsets aside from 50%. You could try 66% or 75%. But, I think having them at 50%, it's a lot easier to lock in with the groove there because you get to hear one delay and then you've got another equally spaced one coming up to sort of get into playing that little pattern. So that's how I would set up those Brian May style delays. Again, cater the mix to taste in here. If you're on an FM9 or an XFX3, you could place this block before dual amps and maybe get a little bit closer to the sort of way Brian would do it with real AC30s. Anyway, that's how I do it. Let me know your thoughts or if you have any other requests for upcoming installments of 5-Minute Tones, and I'll play you all out with some more of this Brighton rock inspired tone.